The top 5 mistakes that when starting a business is what we're talking about today on the eCentral Business Show. I'm joined by Rob King from Xperion, a resident expert accountant. Welcome on the show.
It's good to be here, John. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's fabulous and great to have you join the team. Yeah, because this is.
I hear it's a growing team. I hear you're getting more experts every week, so I'm glad I could secure a spot.
Okay, I'm just pleased you're here. But anyway, let's talk about the subject for today. So the top 5 mistakes when starting a business. Now, we're talking to an accountant about this sort of thing, but we're going to cover off on a few different things, yeah? Where do you want to start?
I suppose as an accountant, quite often we're the first port of call. So clients come to us, they ask us the questions. So we've got to talk to them not only about accounting stuff, but other stuff they need to think about as well. Because we see a lot of people out there, they're just starting up in business. They really don't know what they're doing, unfortunately. So the first thing we talk to them about, we talk about the structure of the business. And that's truly the accounting part. That's where we need to give advice. And sometimes we get a lawyer involved with there as well, depending on the complexity.
Sure.
But what sort of structure do they need? Are they a sole trader? Do they need to be a company? Or it could be a combination of that with a trust as well.
Okay, so you're not talking about a Titan shed as such. You're actually talking about
not where they're going to operate out, but their actual structure of their
business structure,
how they're operating.
Sure.
And that's not going to be the same for everyone. We quite often see people come in that they've got opinions from family or friends or other business owners, but there's no one-size-fits-all solution for business structures. It is individual to the person. And not only the person, but what they're trying to achieve. Do they just want to be earning an income?
Sure.
Do they want to build it up into a multi-million-dollar business and siphon it off to Google or one of the big players?
Yes.
Or do they just want to get something that they can hand down to their kids down the track? So everyone's got a different objective of why they want to start their business, and the structure will really depend on what their ultimate goals are.
Sure. So. Yeah, there's a bunch of other things that you feel passionate about, and I'm surprised about that, because as an accountant, I see some things there on the whiteboard that you think an accountant should bring to the attention of a potential business operator. What's some of those?
Yeah, well, quite often you hear people need to do what's the word I'm looking for? A business plan.
Sure.
Okay, and I think that's a good idea. But the first thing in that business plan is, who's your customer? Okay,
Sure.
A lot of people just start business and they go out and they say, okay, I'm going to sell to you and you and you, without really saying, okay, what does your customer look like? What do they feel like? Where do they eat? Where do they drink? Who do they hang out with? Until you sort of know those questions about your customer and who you're trying to target, you can't really start with your marketing material and actually say, that's the person I want to attract. People go out and they get a business card and they say, here's a nice looking business card. I'm going to do my stationery like this. That's for you. It's your customer you've got to appeal to, not yourself. So think about who your customer is.
Sure, and in terms of as a marketer and business operator, that sits down with people, has those conversations so frequently. I personally find that people haven't really had a good conversation about that. And there's some surprise in there. Which leads into the next one that you've got, yeah? Yeah,
I suppose the next one's the product itself. So you've gone out, you've identified your customer and who they are.
Yeah, sure.
What's the product you're going to sell them? A lot of people go out there and say, I've got a product or service, as it might be, but is it what the customer wants? Or is it what you think they want? Do your market research, find out, speak to people, do they want this product or not? I think people typically buy products and services for 2 reasons. They either love it or they need it. If they love it, make it easy for them to shout to the world how much they love it. Tell their family, friends, get it out there as much as they can.
That's a revelation that an accountant cares that people have this conversation when they're starting a business. It's refreshing, Rob.
Well, unfortunately, too many businesses start a business without thinking of these things. And you hear the stat constantly of people within 18 months sort of their business fails. And it's because they don't think of these things. So as an accountant, I don't know the answer to a lot of marketing questions, but it's something they need to think about. And if I need to put them in touch with an expert, such as yourself, to think about these things more, then that's my job.
Yeah, no, I like the sound of that. Now, how about listening to customers and staff you've got there on the list?
Yeah, this comes back to saying, okay, well, now you've found your customer, what are they trying to tell you? Quite often you'll hear clients complain about things and you'll dismiss it. But quite often, for that one person who's complained to you, there's 10 others that have the same issue that don't complain. And they don't complain, they just go somewhere else. So listen to your customers. Sometimes your worst customers can be your best resource. You listen to them, think about what they're telling you. If you can fix their problem, fix it. Simple as that.
Sure. And then you also want to talk about purpose in the business as well. Where do you see the accountant? Or what's your advice as a leading advisor to business around purpose?
Yeah, I suppose this comes back to sort of your structure as well. So one of the first things we talked about was the structure. But that also ties in with, well, what's the purpose of your business? What are you in business for? And it comes again back to your business plan. Put in your business plan what you want to achieve. I suppose it's the old adage, I think, Greg Norman, the golfer, said it years ago, if you don't pick a target, you'll hit it 100% of the time. And it's the same that goes with business. Sure. If you don't have a purpose, what you're trying to achieve, you're just going to waver and quite often fail. So it's important to have that purpose.
There you go. An accountant with wise words about starting a business across the whole spectrum. You just want to talk about the structure.
Oh, we haven't even talked about tax yet. That's what accountants like to talk about normally.
Well, let's get to that in another video. But anyway, look, now for people that are starting a business, thinking about starting a business, they want to talk about structure and arranging these things. How do they get in touch with you, Robert?
Well, I suppose the first thing is for new clients thinking about starting a business, walk through our door. We don't charge them for that initial consultation. They come in, we have that discussion with them and hopefully give them some pointers. And then if we need to set up a structure or something from them, we can do that. So we've got some good stuff on our website about starting a business. If you jump on there, our website's Xperion.com.au. Hopefully you can put it on screen just about there somewhere and they can have a look, see how we go.
Well, let's see
and jump on our website, there's a lot of good information in there. Pick up the phone, give us a call. Website's the best resource for that.
Fabulous, Robert. Okay, first video done as a resident expert. How'd it feel?
Wasn't as daunting as I thought it would be.
There you go. Okay, good fun on the eCentral Business Show. Our resident expert in accounting, Robert King from Xperion. And that's another episode done, the eCentral Business Show. We'll see you next time. So thank you very much, Robert, for being the resident expert accountant on the eCentral Business Show. And so just in this little post-roll segment, let's just talk briefly about who Xperion are and the sort of client you like to talk to. We've got 2 minutes. Let's go.
2 minutes. All right. We like to think we're a little bit different to other accountants out there. We like to wear, as you can see, jeans and a t-shirt and a jacket, as opposed to your typical accountant who wears a suit and tie and sits behind his desk all day. So we're a little bit
Don Johnson of accountants.
I didn't want to say anything, but now you've mentioned it, so you could be right. I think we're a little bit more approachable than a lot of other accountants out there. And as I've said in the past, one of our philosophies is not to charge people for phone calls. We don't want people sitting there afraid to ask us a question because they're going to get billed for the time.
Okay, fabulous. Then, importantly, the disclaimer. In these video segments we do, is it advice?
Yeah. Look, and that's very important. It's general advice only. It's a conversation starter. If you've heard something in this video that appeals to you that you need specific advice on, come and talk to us. We need to know what a client's individual circumstances are before we can give them tailored advice to suit their requirements.
Okay, the best way for them to do that is jump on your website and find the best phone number or best way it means to contact you.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a few different offices around, so we've got some different phone numbers depending on where the client's located. But if you jump on our website, you can flick through an email or give us a call on the appropriate
and that website
office.
Is?
Xperion.com.au.
Okay, very active on Facebook, so check out their Facebook page as well. That's where you'll find these videos as well.
Perfect. Thanks
Happy
for
with
having
that?
me. Pleasure.
All right, fabulous. We'll see you next time.